In 1956, Professor James Siemens of Duke University published a groundbreaking paper. He discovered a method of self-soothing that could treat premature ejaculation. Experiments using Siemens' method showed that an astonishing 90% of participants overcame premature ejaculation through this technique. Not only did it help with premature ejaculation, but those who practiced this self-soothing method also found their intimate moments lasting 9.5 times longer. And their partner's satisfaction increased by 67%. Hello everyone, I'm Ella, a middle-aged love coach. Like Professor James Siemens' paper, I've prepared a video on self-soothing, essential for both men and women. I hope today's video will be helpful in your life. Men typically resolve their urges alone, through videos or imagination, because succumbing to such desires can prevent them from focusing on anything else. They may use videos, photos, and writings, or even just their imagination to find resolution. But how do women manage their desires on their own? What do they watch, think about, and how often do they resolve these feelings weekly? For those curious subscribers, I, Ella, am here to share how often women engage in self-soothing and the methods they use. Men have various ways of self-soothing, from watching videos to looking at photos of women they like and reading stimulating articles. They can even find resolution through imagination alone. However, women tend to be embarrassed about their self-soothing practices, and often keep them secret, even among close friends, to avoid being judged. A global survey conducted by the sex toy brand Womanizer, involving 6,000 adults from 12 countries, revealed a gender gap in self-soothing frequency. Men reported an average of 4.7 instances per week, while women averaged once every 10 days. In some Asian countries, men's frequency was lower than the average, whereas women's frequency was higher. So, how do women address their desires? Do they, like men, turn to videos, photos of celebrities they like, articles, or imagination for self-soothing? Many of my friends and I often resolve these feelings alone, typically using our hands or devices, jokingly referred to as companion toys. It seems women's sexual desires intensify after their 30s. Curious if women's sexual desires truly increase after their 30s, Professor Louis Baumeister of the Department of Psychology at Case Western Reserve University began researching. One study found that 92% of men and 52% of women experience sexual desire 3 times a week or more. This percentage increases to 72% for women over 30. Are there differences in the frequency of sexual thoughts between men and women? With higher desires, one would expect more frequent and varied sexual thoughts. Research shows that 50% of men and 20% of women think about sex daily. Both men and women unconsciously experience sexual desire. Another study found that men experience sexual urges about 5 times a day and women about twice, indicating that women also have significant sexual urges. Now, I will explain how women resolve their desires in 6 different ways. Please subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. First, doing it by hand. The most common and frequently used method is certainly solving it by hand. It doesn't require any other materials and allows for easy satisfaction of needs, making it a very good method. It's essential to always wash your hands thoroughly to maintain cleanliness before proceeding. Looking at my friends alone, more than 60% of them solve it by hand. Second, using devices. As mentioned earlier, many women use companion toys. Just by entering a women's community site and searching for companion toys, you can find a lot of content about which devices they used and which are good. Devices make it easy and quick to reach climax, making them highly preferred by women. Also, there are really diverse and impressive products being released. so their performance is improving day by day. Embarrassingly, I also have a companion toy, and it really helps alleviate loneliness at night. As a good friend. Third, using shower head water pressure. While taking a shower, if you direct the shower hose to that area and increase the water pressure for a few minutes, the feeling becomes very intense. And I saw in a magazine at the hair salon that more than 60% of women have satisfied their needs alone with a shower hose. Seeing that made me realize I wasn't the only one. Fourth, watching videos for women. The market for women's videos is growing rapidly. There's a merit to it as female consumers tend to have higher loyalty, which is why it's expanding quickly. Stories that understand women's feelings, filming techniques, and the sweet whispers of handsome male actors are said to appeal to women, since many women find it hard to accept the hardness centered around men. Videos for women are quite preferred. Fifth, watching videos for men. The number of women watching videos meant for men is also quite significant. Even though the market for women-specific videos is growing, it's still small compared to the market for men. So it seems that the variety in men's videos allows women to choose based on their mood or preference, especially when they feel like wanting something more intense. There are women who prefer this option. Sixth, reading novels or comics. Novels and comics are actually preferred more by young women, because I too felt desires when watching these in my teens or 20s. And it's not just me. All my friends around me had the same experience. Because in comics, there are many cool men that only exist in imagination. And the fantasy far removed from reality stimulates the mind. I've talked about how women solve their desires alone. In today's video, we conveyed that women, although not as much as men, feel sexual desire quite often and solve it more frequently than you might think. And self-comfort is said to be good for health because it produces various neurochemicals in the brain. The release of serotonin and dopamine provides pleasure and satisfaction, preventing depression and relieving stress. Also, the secretion of endorphins and oxytocin can make one feel emotions of intimacy and affection. These hormones lower the perception of pain, relieve stress, and improve mood. Additionally, satisfying oneself can help with the secretion of prolactin, a hormone associated with sleep, aiding in a good night's rest. Thus, there's no reason not to engage in self-comfort, as it helps prevent and treat insomnia and releases positive hormones. This has been Ella, your midlife relationship coach. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button once. It really helps with the production of the video. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Have a great day.